Hi, I'm Renee Green, and welcome to Money Concepts for Life. This is a financial education program to help people have a better understanding about financial concepts, products, and strategies. Today we are going to discuss how to rent an apartment, Part 2, Apartment Leases and Contracts. We have Andy Wolf with us today, and he has a lot of questions about apartment leases and contracts. Thank you, Andy, for being with us today.
Thanks, Renee, and thanks for having me back.
So, first, I want to explain that even though getting an apartment is fun and exciting, signing a lease for an apartment is a very serious commitment.
That's true, Renee. Well, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, to put it differently, signing a lease is a contract. I think it would be a good idea for us actually to review a lease contract agreement so that you have a better understanding of what you're actually getting into.
Makes perfect sense to me, That way I have some clue of what I'm getting myself into, really know with these contracts.
No, because let's look at a contract and you can see, this is an old contract from an apartment lease that I had signed years ago. But apartment contracts and leases, it's a form that's written by attorneys for the landlord. The lease actually spells out all the terms for the tenant, which is actually be you, and the landlord. Any change to the lease must be signed or initialed by the landlord and the tenant.
Seems pretty straightforward, Renee. Can you go over some of the terms with me by chance?
Yes, I can. I'd love to. And actually, by looking at this old lease that I had signed, we'll just do a real quick review here.
All right.
And then we'll go into it a little bit more into detail. But you can see that it goes through quite a bit of information. First is just a generic where it is and who's the terms of the lease is. A security deposit, talks about the carpeting, termination, renewal, subletting. There's information on defective conditions, liability of damages, inspection and right of entry, default, utilities, fire, possession of the apartment, discusses pets, on and on, noise, behavior, what the rules are, late charges, fees, the apartment policies, termination, modifications, all kinds of stuff. And then they have a list of apartment policies on this particular one. Let's actually review this. That's just going over it general, but let's review a lease contract in detail.